have to figure out what's going on. I don't know why it's doing that. I don't know why it's doing that. I just realized my microphone was muted. Classic blunder. Anyway, to answer your question that I answered earlier, because so everything seems to be okay, but OBS Streamlabs, I started trying to use that the last few, like 4 or 5 streams I've done, because it has the way to be able to integrate the chat so that people should be able to see. But apparently something happened and it was giving me an error. So I don't know entirely what it is. It didn't say, it just said, hey, there was an error and it's going to keep going. I was like, okay, well, how am I supposed to see what's going on? So there's that. But I don't know if it's because I was in the studio mode or if I was in the regular mode, or was it because it's having an issue with the file folder that it's recording on. I don't know what's going on. So if it happens again, like I was saying, to an absolutely not working muted microphone, I will have to just switch over, so you guys will just have to give me a minute, and then I can there we go. And then I can just switch it back to regular Streamlabs, or to regular OBS instead of the OBS Streamlabs. So if there's an issue, you'll just have to give me like a 5-minute break to open up a different program, I guess. Pretty much that's what it is. So yeah, otherwise I don't know what the problem exactly is, just that it was a problem. So hello, John. So I'll let you know too, in case you just joined, or just let me know. Were you here for the explanation that I might be having issues with Streamlabs? If you weren't, yeah, I seem to be having some issues with Streamlabs right now, and if all of a sudden this just drops out and I'm not there, it's just because something happened. But yeah, something's going on with Streamlabs OBS. Maybe. Because, yeah, I was trying to do something. All of a sudden it popped up popped up this weird error on my window. It's like, don't worry, it's still running in the background, and we can restart as soon as you are available. And I was like, okay. And so I was like, yeah, go ahead, keep streaming, and then like open it back up again. And then I clicked yes. I was like, okay, so it'll open it back up. And then it decided to just close it. So I was like, wait, what? And it would, it went a little weird. Anyway, yeah, so if the stream suddenly drops out, just give me like 5 minutes and I can try to open it back up on regular OBS. Wet spores on top. Like have the spores up this way. Try to increase my flower production, which is not something I ever thought I would say. Yep, I was muted. Yeah, I've still got a little bit of a cough, and I don't want to blow out somebody's headphones or eardrums or whatnot. But all of a sudden I have to cough. And so sometimes I'll mute myself. And then I forgot to unmute it. And then I wonder, does that make the gameplay better or worse? I mean, this is the kind of game that you can get lost time-wise. Because you'll be playing it, you're doing stuff, you're building, you're organizing, you know, doing all kinds of things, and then all of a sudden, you look up and you're like, wow, I was just on this for like 8 hours. I don't know. I am thinking, I mean, I would have to really ramp up production of stuff like this, so like wet sand and whatnot, because I would have to have just massive processing to get everything to go through fast enough. And maybe that'll be my goal for this one, since it's an infinite map and it's not like a, oh hey, I did this thing and now I have this much fluxite, or oh, here's how much gold I made for this map. Because it's not going to be able to do a lot of that because it's infinite. So, you know, that's what it is. But maybe what I can do is I will work on trying to make it as massive for its production. So, like, have it so that the water just goes in. So I'll just pump. Oop, I stuck on a ledge. I'll just pump and have like a dozen pumps and stuff going from there to here. And I'll just have this filled with water. And then all that sand can just fall down and get pumped back up. And I'll just have like 6 of these going. I mean, it would basically be launcher spam, but on purpose, if that makes sense. Because what I need is to get lots of spores. But that means I need a lot of burnt slag. So maybe what I could do is set up, instead of having one really, really big one, I can have a whole bunch of little ones for all the wet sand. I just have the wet sand processing and then just dumping the slag. I don't know. Let's see if I can work. Let's see if we can work out a prototype for that. Oh, big cough. I gotta take a drink real quick. Yeah, I like optimizing. Let's see. Do something on like this kind of a scale. Ooh, maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll just increase this. And oh, I don't want that. I want this. Oh, block. Wet sand. This will block regular sand. Oh, regular sand all the way out to here. I am doing good, Kane. How are you doing? Hopefully good. We're in the process. Oh, just in case, for anybody who's just joining in, Streamlabs is freaking out on me apparently, and so I may or may not just randomly, suddenly just shut down, and it might freak out. And if it does, just give me like 5 minutes. If all of a sudden the stream just drops, give me like 5 minutes, and I'll just have to open up on regular OBS instead of Streamlabs, and that just means I'll have to, you know, not be able to use chat, I guess. Oh, I was just gonna get rid of that. So yeah, just in case, because it's happened to me once already, it just popped up a random error and it's like, oh, by the way, it's still running, so good luck. So alright. Did I put, oh, I didn't. Okay. Ah, welcome back, Leonardo. Oh, good. I'm glad you're doing good, Kane. And let's see, Mike. Fortunately, because of how chat and stream stuff runs. I'm not entirely sure which. I might have already done something or messed something up versus what you were recommending. So I don't know. I'm sorry. Might not work quite the way I'm planning. Let's see if this makes it through, guys. Have to drain all this water. Probably not going to let me. Yeah. Just dump this out to the side for a minute. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, luckily today I'm doing okay. Not super tired like I was last week. Let's see if this... it's like creeping up. We'll put it at the end. Maybe that'll get the water to go back in. This might be overkill. Let's do that. Let's get rid of a couple of these pipes. I think if I'm going to do this, I'm going to have to do it on a bigger scale. So we'll let that run for now, and we'll rebuild this further down. Oh. Ah! Guys, I did it dumb again. I think I let go of the shift button or something. So it didn't copy. Okay, well, now I've got to clean that up. Okay. Oh, autosave. Well, I'm glad you guys can forgive me for mistakes. Get all focused on trying to figure out how to not make this terrible that I keep forgetting I need to actually look at the chat stuff. Don't know how well this is gonna work. Okay. Do you think this is gonna work, guys? Or am I not doing this very well? see, Mike. So are you talking about this guy right here? His very first one? Just to make this look nice. Well, we can definitely take that out. I mean, worst that'll happen is I can put it back in later if I end up needing it or we switch things up again. Okay, yeah, that should be enough. I mean, I shouldn't have to worry too much about water overflow. Let's shrink this down just a little bit. Okay, we'll start with a little flow. Because it's going to build quick. Let's see if this keeps up. Oh, the perfect song for this would be the Portal, Gladys singing Science. That'd be the perfect one for this. I wonder if copy paste a few of these. And this is why we science. Ooh, what if I do these in a like in a diagonal. Yeah. thinking kind of like this, maybe? Oh. Okay, I did that wrong. Do it like that. And then just block sand. Oop. Wrong thing. Yeah. And then we're going to filter out sand. Okay, let's see if this works. Because it forces it down into a one block gap. And then it also will kind of sort of block too much wet sand from going through right away, so it'll give the water time to flow down. I don't know. Well, we're gonna give this a try, right? Let's see. It might not be the fastest. It seems to have a little bit of a hiccup going, but it's still not too bad. We're definitely going to have to get more of this going. Oh, in fact, I could probably even just go straight through like that, right? There we go. trying to do. Trying to grab the wet sand. There. Ooh, it's still creeping up on it though. But at least it's not clogging. Oh. Somehow I may have tossed an extra one on there. Well, it can definitely be improved upon, that's for sure. Oh, see? This is why I have you guys. It's the stupid things that I should have thought of, but I don't. Things that I have done many times before. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad OBS hasn't dropped me again. Oh, so recently I have found a water like flavor mix, and because I was looking into that like gamer sups or some of those types of things where you just add little scoops to the water, and I don't want the super high caffeinated stuff that they do. And so I did the math on it, because I was like, well, I just want the flavors, because they got a lot of flavors, right? They got like 40 flavors or something ridiculous. And I did the math, and one I guess jar that they come in, one of those jars is $40, and it makes the equivalent of, I think it was 6.25 gallons of drink mix. So you could basically take like a huge milk jug and fill it up 6 times with drink mix, maybe 7 if you go a little light. But most of the stuff is caffeinated. I was like, I don't want caffeine. And I did the math, and if you just buy those little 1 packet, like single use ones you pour in a water bottle, those ones came out to about 1/3 of the price. And so I was like, yeah, I guess I'm not going to do that. But I found on Amazon, there's a brand called Weiler, and they also do, I've seen a couple that they do the big pint sized ones, so you can get like a quarter or like a half a gallon. How much is that? I think it's like 5... No. 500 milliliters? I forget the math. But yeah, it's a lot. Anyway, so you just use 2 of those, and you can flavor up an entire gallon of water. And Weiler's also has a bunch of flavors. They have like 20 flavors or something like that of drink mixes, but they do have, I think, 8 or 9 flavors of the really big drink mixes that you can do a half gallon at a time instead of a water bottle. So I got some of those. They're pretty good. And it was like $40, and it will make, I want to say, like 14 or 15 gallons of water instead of 6. So it's like 3 times more per drink mix for the same cost because it's not caffeinated. Now, if you do a lot of what's that stuff? Energy drinks. If you do a lot of energy drinks and you're going out and you're spending like $3, $4, $5 for some of those big energy drink brands, then, you know, maybe it would be worth it to get something like that because you'd be spending half as much. Oh yeah, no, and see, the only reason I wanted some of the different options is because things like Tang or Kool-Aid or some of those Crystal Light ones, they're good, but I only want drink mix for so long. Eventually I want to have another flavor besides just orange or just fruit punch. And so I was trying to just find a good brand that I could get a good deal on and have a lot of different flavors. And it turns out that there's a couple of brands out there for it. And yeah, the one I got was Weiler. Okay, well, this seems to be working pretty good. It kind of sort of clogs up a little bit, but it's actually not too bad, so I think we might leave that here. Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, one of the nice options, especially with those little drink flavor mixes, is it's not loaded in lots of sugar. I mean, it still has the artificial sweetener, so it still makes you think that there's sugar, so then your body goes, oh, calories, start getting hungry. So, you know, you gotta make sure you can control your appetite a bit. But, you know, if you've got stuff like that under control, then something like that, yeah, you're not loading up, you know, handfuls of sugar into your drink, which is nice. So, yeah, exactly, John. Like, I don't mind Kool-Aid, but it's always so sweet, so I always have to put less. I always have to put less sugar. I do like maybe a little more than half, but I do half the amount of sugar if I ever do stuff like that. Oh, yeah. No, I probably should. I've got most of this. Ooh, what's all this? Huh. That's weird. I hope I didn't bust something. I'm never going to use these, but I might as well buy them. Big did I make it. That's a huge grabber. Oh, I love having the giant grabbers. It's so nice. I wonder if I just go like that, from right here, maybe? Where does that take me? Puts me right there. Oh, I already got that one. Okay. Oh, one more down. There we go. Okay. Now this is probably not going to work all that well. That's okay. I'm going to do this. And then go like so. All right. Ooh, sorry, got a cough. Ugh. Okay. Gotta make sure I'm checking chat stuff. I get so focused on trying to figure out this stuff. Okay, so electrolytes. Not the one that I got, I don't think. It's mostly just for flavoring. So. Circle brand. I'm not sure I know what the Circle brand is. mean, portals, in general, I don't have anything issue-wise with the portals. For me, it's more the fun of the processing of it. And if I'm using portals, then I'm not doing the automation and all of that fun stuff. I like enough of a challenge using all of this stuff without having to use portals, but I definitely don't have an issue with the portals. And sometimes I consider using them. There we go. I have to be careful I don't delete the stuff I just put in. Now the portals on a map like this, I have more than enough room to put stuff, so I'm not too worried about that. But on some of the other maps where there's really tight spaces and you have a lot of stuff like this where it's like little tiny spaces and you're trying to get things all over, like I think the last map that I was playing had stuff like that. Those can be a little tricky. And so stuff like that, yeah, no, the portals are definitely handy. See if that gives it enough. Oh, so close. Well, that went. Ugh. Wow, I could not get a word out. I think. Because if I put this here, it's just going to block and it's not going to work right. I have to have a little gap. But I think we're almost high enough. Yeah, I think we're almost high enough. Because if I can get the particles, if I can get the pixels, the sand, if I can get those to get up high enough, then it won't drop down up here. Ooh, but actually, I think that's mostly due to this, though, isn't it? Yeah, it's probably due to that. I wonder. I mean, mean, it's still going to clog it, but... I would just do this. And start kind of pre-filtering and processing. I mean, it's nowhere near enough for how much wet sand is going through it, but... Ooh, this water, though, that's going to clog it up. There we go. Okay. I suspect by trying to make this bigger, I've made this worse. I think, yeah, I definitely think I've overloaded things a little bit, so I think I need to go back to what I was doing before. Wrong way. That's still wrong way. Oh. All the shakers, I had deleted a few of them because I was going to try and see if I could get stuff going down this way. I was going to start adjusting things a little bit. So yeah, I had just deleted them. But I think I'm going to put it back in because I think I just sort of messed everything up down there. So, didn't work out quite the way I was hoping. On the plus side, I'm starting to get some more pedals built up. As the red sand works its way through, it'll end up down there. not use a gigantic one. Let's just come grab with a little grabber. There. Make it look nice. Yeah. Trying to upscale did not help me, guys. Why didn't you guys tell me I was doing it dumb and clogging things? Come on. Grab us some more slag. Get that started. Start processing. All the way up here. Okay, that should work. Should have more than enough. Get rid of all the gold. Fly it this way. Kind of looks like a cool piece of artwork almost. I don't think it really resembles anything that I can think of, but it looks cool. There we go. There's a lot of gold. And before I forget, because I know you guys are going to remind me, because I will forget, I'm going to put that there. That way I can go faster. See, it's like I know about it, and then I forget. So you guys have to remind me. I don't blame you if you don't, because it can be difficult to anticipate dumb. So sometimes I do things that are least expected. best part about after the holidays is all the discounted candies. Okay, I think it's starting to get a little more under control. Let's see how much more I got left. Yeah, see, it seems to be. Ooh. Ooh, here's an idea. Should I run red sand up this way? Ooh, but then I'd have to be crossing a bunch of stuff, and that just makes things tricky. That makes it more difficult. Yeah, maybe I won't do that. Because I was thinking if I run it up here, then I can just run it straight into this and just cap this filling up with red sand. And if I do, I mean, that would make the red sand a lot easier to work with. But, yeah, I'd have to figure out, I'd either have to cross all of this to get up there, or I'd have to cross all of this. Oh, you know what? You're right. See, I never use the haulers and the miners and all those guys. So I never even consider stuff like that. We'll put like so. And we're going to copy. That's not what I wanted. Okay. Alright, let's see if that's enough. I gotta get some sand and clean this up. Go. Toss the rest of that over there. And a drop or two of water should be okay. Maybe. Still working okay, I guess. I'll put a block there. There we go. Okay. All right. I'm going to close this up. Go. And we're going to go ahead. You know what? We're going to put a conveyor belt right there. we'll just bring this straight up. That way we don't have to worry so much about what's clogging up where. Let's bring this all the way right up. Make sure I remember to turn my microphone back on. Okay. Yeah, I think I remember. Yeah, you mentioned that mullion tea. So I know we have a health food store around here somewhere. I'll have to probably go look into it, see if they carry it. I mean, there's a good shot that they probably do. Yeah, otherwise I generally just tend to get either an expectorant. I just get stuff every so often just to help loosen everything up and make it easier to cough the stuff out. So Luckily, it's not because I'm sick. Sick. Like, it's just the body having a rough time over something, so it's not too bad. Could definitely be worse. Ooh, I got a sneeze coming. Whew! A big sneeze. Woo! You ever have one of those sneezes where you can't quite sneeze? So you're just sitting there and you're like your body's trying to sneeze and you can't. So you have to wait and you just look like this idiot making weird noises. I get that sometimes. I had that the other day. One piece of gold. I think I got a little tiny chunk of red sand down there too somewhere. Let's see if this is any faster. It might not be. That seems to be working okay. Got a pretty good burn ratio. For the most part, it's getting almost all of it. Our flowers are almost full. Red sand's doing pretty good. Obviously, I want to try and glitch out and ruin the game, so I'm not going to do that. See, I set this all up and I still forgot the trick the first go around. Why didn't you guys remind me? You guys always remind me. I'm relying on you guys. You have to give me all the little tips and tricks. Make me better at the game. There you go. Actually, we're gonna move this up a little bit. Hopefully not too much of this gets messed up going through it. Tempting. Not that one. That one. Red flag. There. Yeah, if the only tricky part is if I have them drop directly onto it, it turns into the void bloom, and the void bloom has a, I guess, a lower density, and so it'll come up to the top, so it'll just start to clog up the top. Where if I do it this way to mix, then the void bloom can just drop straight through. Because yeah, now if I go like this, here we'll grab a big chunk of it, and let's say I drop it straight onto here. It'll turn it all into the void bloom really quickly, but it won't come down to filter through the stuff. So that would be the issue. if it didn't do that and if it sunk down, then yeah, I absolutely could just have it drop straight on, and it would probably work great. I don't think so. I don't think that this filters going sideways would make a lot of difference. Because I feel like I've tried that before. And I think all it does is ends up clogging this, because it still has to go down if I tell it to allow the void bloom. It has to go down, so it would still have to drop all the way down into here anyway and work its way through. Now if I had it set up where like it was a mixing chamber and I had void bloom, if any void bloom shows up and the void bloom could drop into that mixing chamber and filter down, that probably would work. Yeah, I mean, I could, but I feel like I mean, we could try if it works faster. I mean, I'm not super worried about speed because it's got to go through here anyway. In fact, I think I'm going to take off this very last one. But yeah, it has the same. It would have the same issue where it comes down, but the red sand is heavier. So it would still have kind of the same problem where it can't filter down and through. So it would just fill up. At one point, I remember trying to build the middle. I had tried to set up like the entire middle, like 3 to 4 blocks wide, and having the stuff filtered directly into this middle chamber and having it try to interact. But yeah, because of the way the densities on these things work, yeah, it basically just clogs up because the void bloom goes up top and the red sand and the amethylus will drop down, and eventually one of them gets clogged because the void bloom blocks it. Hey, Cookie Crisp. Welcome. And now I've gotten a few comments. You've been watching for a little while. Hope you've enjoyed. Definitely seem to be producing enough at this point, which is good. I think I'm going to add one more vent to this guy, just to make sure that there's enough. Don't think I need to worry too much about that. Okay. I think the only downside is I usually only do my streams for a couple of hours. So I start generally about 10, maybe quarter to 10, and I usually hop off between 12 and 12:30 for my time. So I think we've only got about 15 more minutes. But hey, we've gotten a lot accomplished. I've done some dumb things, like I got this whole issue where everything just collapsed down. I still can't believe I did that. Didn't hold the copy button. You guys kept reminding me that I could toss those little filters on the end and it'll help everything go faster, which has been super useful. And now like this, got the drones, because I didn't even think about it, because I never really used the drones, because I didn't like them, because once they're here, they just kind of stay there. So I always just got mad because I couldn't delete them. So I don't like having them floating around. But I mean, a good idea is a good idea, so we've got some good void bloom production. Don't know if this is gonna do a whole lot. Ooh, let's see. If I do this, will that spread it out at all? Or will it just get stuck? It seems like it'll get stuck. Did not work the way I was hoping it would. Definitely need to find a way to get more flower production. Or not more flower production, but like get more spores to drop down. Actually, you know, maybe I don't. Because I've already got plenty of flowers. I need a good mixer of some sort. Let's see. So obviously we know we want to allow void blue. We go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Just for symmetry to make sure I've got the right stuff. And 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now, I mean, this seems to work pretty good. Yeah, no. Try to make it look nice at least. I think right now pretty good. But I believe getting more wet sand up here quicker might be the next thing to work on. Because I mean, this is doing pretty good. It's making a lot of wet sand. But I need more. And how to do that? I might have to go watch somebody else's videos. I wonder if maybe getting more. Well, let's go ahead and give that a try, though. We can do that. Ah, yeah, the kind of like the one that I had set up over here. I mean, we could try. I mean, maybe if I do like a pair of them. see if this moves any quicker. If it does, we can totally use this. Yeah, sometimes these work and sometimes these don't, and it's weird. I'm not 100% sure on what decides it. Well, it doesn't seem to be overfilling. Should we try to make this one, at least one of these? Ooh, maybe I can do... Ooh, maybe that's what I'll do. Let's see if this works. We'll double up on here. Let's see if that works. If the wet sand starts getting all the way down here, we'll know for sure that it's pumping out a lot more. There we go. Okay, let's wait here for a moment. Let's see if it does manage to get all the way up. Is it getting? Ooh, it's getting almost to the middle of the second row. go ahead and double up on this too. Ooh, better make sure I get all of them. Yeah, sometimes stuff is weird and it doesn't like to go up the launchers properly, so it's kind of weird that way. Ooh, but it's getting, oh, it's getting all the way down almost to the whole bottom of the second set. Oh, second set of shakers. Yeah, see, the slag doesn't seem to want to work properly. Maybe. Yeah, I'm not sure what it is. I'm guessing it's just something to do with the density of it, perhaps. Yeah, it just doesn't. Ooh. Go. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but yeah, something about the slag just does not like to go through that fun back and forth launcher. There we go. Hopefully that's enough. Seems to be working okay. We've got enough red sand. Well, this one's still doing okay. May definitely keeping full. Okay. Well, I think, guys, we're probably going to have to call this episode here. Made some good progress. You guys gave me a lot of good ideas. And that was helpful and awesome because you guys are awesome. So, don't forget to do all the fun stuff, all the likes and the subscribes and the notifications and I think that's all of it. I don't remember. Anyway, yeah. I'll be back next week for Sandustry again, same time. And if you want to join me tomorrow for some more Abiotic Factor, I just got to the scary, like, shadow world thing, and I keep getting this wraith, like Grim Reaper looking dude chasing me down. But I just got a laser pistol, and it has a fun recharge winding mechanic. So, otherwise, until next time, have fun.